Good morning. Hello, hello. Hello. Oh, wow. That was low. My voice is a little low today. Sorry, I shouldn't do that right into the microphone. A little hot tea should help. Even though I already had hot tea today. When it gets quite fast cold, that was a good sentence. It gets cold quite fast now in the winter. In the summer, it's nice. You can have it stand around for 20 minutes and then drink. No, in winter that's not a good idea. So today I want to do something different. Something new. I want to try something out. And for that, I'll have to grow. How do I do that? Let's see. Give me a second. Let's see what that does. That's not really big. Let's go make that a little bigger. Hello. I don't think I've ever been this big on here. I do wanna crop the right. Let's see. No. That's the wrong side. So it was left. You don't need to see all my books. That's not necessary. Do 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 do. Here we go, that's better. Yep. Hello. So I should be online, but I'm checking again. I'm a little nervous from the day, the stream before the last. No, it looks as if I'm online. Show me, show me. Yeah, I'm here. Good. Let's switch to the appropriate glasses. I can see. I mean, I could see before. I will have... I don't quite know how to position the microphone yet. So when I'm too silent, please just nudge me and tell me, hey, speak up. Or cuddle with the microphone or something. So, I watched a video a few days ago about how to get better at talking on stream, because I'm not good at that. But I knew I wouldn't be good from the start. I was warned about it, and also I know I'm not good at talking in general, so no surprise here. So I looked up how to talk more freely, and I saw a video that generally burns down to the idea of associations. Hi, good morning, Gray. No, good evening, I'm sorry. Yams. I'm not a tuber though. I do look like one sometimes. So, since I watched that video, I have been daydreaming a lot more, just letting my mind drift And I realized I hadn't done that in a while. I don't know why. Probably because I was way too busy with other stuff. And what was I saying? Oh my. Okay, keeping a thought and looking at a chat is I need to get used to that as well. That's just gonna take a few streams to get used to, I think. So today I will just basically train my talking on stream. And see where that goes. And I have no clue where to start. So let's just start. I know where. It's snowing outside today. It's really cold. And yesterday it snowed at night. And in the morning I went out on the balcony to get a little fresh air and just, well, look outside. Breathe a little. And there were people walking around, walking their dogs. And then there was an older couple. And they were walking really slow and carefully. And like, I'd say they were like 70 years old. Yesterday it was like almost 40 degrees at yours. All right. Southern Hemisphere. Yeah. When we talked about that just a few days ago, that you were in summer. And I forgot about it again. 40 degrees. We have just entered the below 0 Celsius here. So yeah, it's snowing. So I watched that older couple walking carefully to their car, thinking about how old they are and when they were born. Like, they were born probably just after the Second World War. Their world was so freaking different than ours. Yeah, creepy stalker. Yeah. I do that all the time. No, I don't. Joking. I just looked down. There were people. And I was breathing. And then my brain was braining. And and then I realized, oh shit. They had so different lives than I do. Yeah. No, I don't stalk people. No. I shouldn't have said that. I should not have said that. Yeah, I was thinking about how different their lives were and how different they still are. Because we might live in the same time, but they live a completely different... No, don't... Okay. So there's a downside to just saying what's on my mind. Dang it. Yeah, it was quite different back then. They had they had radio and they had TV, probably already color TV, depending on how rich the parents were. But also they still had to like heat their flat with coal ovens. And like there was no internet. I mean, there were computers back then, I think, but no personal computers. And cars were loud and dirty. I mean, they are still loud and dirty, but not as dirty as back then. And most of the streets weren't asphalt yet. And or like, no, that's probably not true. They were probably most of them asphalt, but many were also cobblestone. I know in my childhood we had a lot of cobblestone streets, so, and I was not born in the 50s. So they lived a whole freaking life, and now they live in the same world as I, but they actually don't. Like they know of computers and the internet. They might know about Facebook or YouTube, but they don't definitely, or very likely, have no idea about Twitch or Discord or playing games. And it's like, we live in the same world, but we really don't. And that is so crazy to think about. Like the world, my world, that makes up my whole being and thinking and living is completely different to other people's worlds. And that is so fascinating. And also a little bit scary. Yeah, they definitely grew up with a totally different way of life and thinking. Like their parents probably, their parents lived through 2 freaking world wars. Probably, depending on how young they were when they got their children. But yeah, they went through times when you could. Oh, now I think of all the illnesses that they could like just die from. They probably lost a lot of their siblings, or at least 1 or 2, just to things that now you just go to the doctor for, or you don't even get it, like the measles. They don't exist anymore because we made sure of that. Which is crazy. Like their parents still feared that the child would just get sick and be gone, and we go to the doctors. Which is true for my country. Not so true for other countries, which is even crazier. That is just... Yeah. So yeah, I was standing on the balcony and my brain was going wild. Just as there is a name for this feeling when you realize that another person has just as complex of a life as you have. Let me see if I can find it. The only word that I can come up with when I try to think of that word is petrichor, which is something completely different. That is the smell that you get in the summer when the rain hits the asphalt and the earth, like this very particular smell. I like that one a lot. And the name is awesome. So, here's the internet. Yeah, totally. I never know what you're reacting to because you're like... Ignore Discord? Now I'm tempted to look at Discord. What's happening? Okay, what is the feeling? Okay. Don't worry about it. No! Oh. Sorry, that was probably a little loud. What did you do? Oh no! I'm not gonna watch that now. That is scary. I should have just kept silent. Sonder. It's called Sonder. The realization that each random passerby is living a life as vivid and complex as your own. Narrated, written, directed, edited, and coined by John Koenig. That sounds German. But yeah, Sonder. That sounds like it's derived from wonder and something else. It's a very cool word, yeah. I do prefer petrichor though. Let me see. What does it say about petrichor? Petrichor is the earthy scent produced when rain falls on dry soil. I think it's more like, actually there are two different scents. The one that you get when rain falls on dry soil, and then the one that you get when rain falls on asphalt. And also they are different in summer than they are in winter. I wouldn't say there is a petrichor smell in winter. It's more like the surface that the rain falls on needs to be kind of warm-ish, warmer than the rain, so that it can like dissipate the smell. It's a really, really awesome smell when you have like a week of just so hot days and there's no rain inside and you just wait for it to come. And then the rain comes and you can smell it the moment it starts. I really like that smell just because of that. Because we don't have air conditioning in our houses here. So when it gets warm, it's hard to live. Yeah, smelling the rain before it comes is like, it's really nice. You just stick your nose into the wind and I'm like, it's coming soon. Or smelling the snow. Oh, that's not something that you probably have ever had. But that's also a thing. Yeah, snow is not a thing. Sorry, that was a little loud. You need to come somewhere where snow falls. Or not. Maybe, I don't know how you handle cold temperatures. I mean, for you, cold would probably be like something like 10 degrees Celsius. You love the cold. Is the question, what's cold for you? Because here, well, for now the winter is quite nice and slow and behaves like winter again. Like the last years we had weird winters where it goes really cold in November for a few days and then gets warm again. Like a few years ago, we had Christmas Eve like 15 degrees Celsius, which is like 15 degrees too warm. It's like we went out in just a shirt and a jumper. Like 30 degrees in the day and 12 degrees in the night. That is weird. I don't know how that would happen, actually. Like, meteorologically? That was probably not a word. Yeah, that sounds weird. But also having a Christmas, I mean, when you're used to a like 5-degree Christmas and you get like 15, that's weird. But this year it just slowly got colder and colder and colder, and now we're at the minus degrees and it starts to snow, which is exactly what it should do in January. So we'll probably, if it goes like this and keeps going, then we get some really, really cold days at the end of January. We had some like minus 15, minus 20 degrees here, which is really cold in a city. I don't even want to think about how cold that gets when you're like outside of city realms, away from so much concrete warming everything up. Cool. Definitely cool. I try to stay like realistic when it comes to weather expectations and not fall into but it was so different when I was young. But like, how do I even know that? Remembering so far back is hard. You want to go somewhere like England or Norway. Well, for England, you won't get that much cold. England is warmer than mainland Europe because they get the what's that called? This warm ocean current. So that's why they have so much fog and so much rain instead of snow. But Norway, you do get snow so much. And I was there myself, but my grandma was there. That's a good country to want to go to. Rain sounds awesome to you? I mean, yeah, the things that I know about Australia. Am I allowed to say where you're from? I'm not sure. Yeah, okay. So the things that I know about Australia are like, first, the animals there are crazy. Your drop bears? What are drop bears? Are you talking about koalas? Don't worry about it. Every time you say that, I feel like you want me to look it up. I'm not gonna though. So the things I know about Australia is the crazy and scary animal kingdom, but also like it's dry. It's mostly desert or desert adjacent regions. Most people live like just be careful around trees. That sounds like koalas. I don't need to worry about that because I'm not in Australia. So yeah, you probably don't get that much rain there. So I can understand why you want to experience the thing with the rain, like regular rain, and not like. Do you have a rain season? Not sure. I know Asia, most of Asia does. Wait, no, that was probably half of Asia has it. Winter still is a thing. Yeah, you get cold-ish weather, where I would probably still just walk out with my hoodie and be fine. Spring is thunderstorms. We usually only get them in like summer. But like our summers are like that's when we get more than 25 degrees. I think you need like a huge temperature difference. Yeah. I wouldn't say my summer is your winter. We do get sometimes up to 40 degrees. Oh, do you mean like I'm not sure what you mean. So let's see what you sent. Did you send something? Otherwise, I'll just... Oh. No, you didn't. Let's look it up. Drop bear. You have gotten down to 0 degrees a few times? Okay. 10-15 degrees sounds like heaven. Wait, that means okay, I'm not able to multitask. Drop bear. Yep, I was right. I was right. 10 to 15 degrees, 20 degrees, that's where I feel the best. I don't freeze. I don't sweat too much or feel like I'm being baked by the sun. So, technically, it would be a good idea to go to Australia when you have winter and I have summer, so that I get like a constant nice But Australia isn't actually on my very high up on my I want to travel there list. Yeah, I will die if I come to Australia in summer. I already die here when we have like 35 degrees. The thing with me is I need the sun to feel nice, to feel like balanced, to be in a happy mood. So winter is always a struggle. But when the sun comes out, my skin says, no, we are not doing that. No. So I always have to, most of the year I run around with long sleeves just to protect myself from burning. You prefer pretty constant rain? Then I think England is for you. I only was there once, and I was in London, and we were warned by a person that lives there that we have to expect constant rain, and what we got was a constant drizzle, and I was really happy about that. I also drink tea heaps, but not the tea that I just drink herb teas, like mostly chamomile or something. I mean, you might be an Englishman in your ancestry. Maybe your ancestry is calling for you. Isn't it funny that we say tea, and most of the times when people say tea, they mean black tea. Germanic and Scottish and Greek. I mean, Scottish is the same island. But Greek is a nice mix-in. Yeah. We don't talk about that. Yeah. The funny thing with tea is, like, when most people that say tea, they mean black tea or green tea. But tea is actually just like some plant matter steeped in hot water to make the water taste better. Language is really interesting, I think. Hot leaf juice. No, it's not the juice. It's what's it called? Wait, I have to. What's it called? That's a very specialized word. It's okay that I don't know that. An extraction. Leafy soup. Well, that could also mean like spinach soup. No, tea is an extraction. You like pull stuff out of the leaves with the help of the heated water. And then there's also other extractions like with alcohol and with oil, but they are not drunk usually. And that's the herbalist coming out of me. That's me being a herb witch. Cold infusions are also a thing. Yes, they are. They just take a lot longer. Because the heat helps break down the plant matter and have it open up. It's like a warm hug for them. And when they get a cold hug, they are very reluctant to let everything out, anything. It's like, no, I don't want to. Yeah, I just personalized, anthropomorphized? I don't know the word. A tea. So I am drinking right now the happy, warm hug extraction of chamomile. I would like to drink black tea sometimes, but my body doesn't want me to. Because caffeine. We don't like that. Well, black tea is tasty. It tastes really good. And you can get so many different kinds as well. Like, when I drink chamomile tea, I can get different producers of it or pick them myself. And they all taste basically the same. Sometimes the quality is a little higher. But with tea, black tea, there are so many different kinds. And you can get very different tastes. It's the same like coffee or chocolate. Even though with chocolate it's hard to know that. Because like commercial chocolates tries to always taste the same, so they make a mixture of different plants to get a mostly consistent taste. But I do want to at some point get like pure chocolate bars directly from the producers and have like the taste of just one plant, just so I know how it actually tastes. I kind of want to know. Also, that I would like give the money directly to the people who actually do most of the work. And that's always good. I think I bit off my lip. Yeah. Now I don't know what to talk about. So the Pirates Software Game Jam is drawing closer very, very fast now. For the last months, I have just been waiting for it to come closer because I want to, actually do some programming in this one and make a game on my own. Wait a moment, I just realized this seems to have been new. Why is this? Okay. Was that black line visible at the side? It was, wasn't it? So yeah, for the last months I have been waiting for this game jam to start, because last time I kind of chickened out a little bit and just did the graphic stuff. But this time I want to make a game on my own, and I have not learned any coding since then. Life was just, no, we don't give you the energy for that. So I'm hoping that I get a push and like the energy during the game jam. And I was pretty relaxed about it until like 2 days ago. Yeah, that would be fun. I did start learning Godot at some point last year. I don't know if it was before or after the last Pirates of a Game Jam. Definitely afterwards a little bit, because I was starting to work on my neurodiverse burnout simulator, which I haven't opened in months. But I didn't, like I said, I didn't have the mana to work on it. Brain fog was too strong. So now I'm like, oh shit, in 12 days? In 12 days? That's... And I'm not even afraid of finding an idea, because I'm really good at that. I'm really just afraid of coding. Or no, actually of learning. Try to learn with cotton candy in your head. Yeah, but I'm really counting on the excitement giving me enough adrenaline to like do that. And I might actually stream a lot of that. Or I might not. I will see. 12 days, that's only 3% of the year. Thank you. Oh no. Boo, 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 boo. I got this. I just need to allow myself to fail at this. That's the biggest thing. If I go into this saying I need to put something out or I am a loser, then I will lose. Definitely, 100%. But if I go in and say, okay, I will try to make it work, I will see what works, then I will win. Even when I don't produce anything viable, I will at least have learned what works for me. I just have to, I know that in my brain, but I'm always, even when I know that learning is the goal, I still have this voice in my head that says, but you need to produce something, otherwise you're useless. And I know that's not actually me saying that in my head, but yeah, silencing that voice is sometimes hard. I have a huge drive to win stuff, so game jams are a dangerous stuff for me. Big balancing act. And the tea is cold. Get more warm one. This thing here is really interesting. Like this is made completely from metal. And there is hot tea in here. And the only thing that's warm to the touch is the head, the cap. The head is warm. Yeah, physics are interesting. Is that physics? Yeah, it's not chemistry. Yeah. I'm doing good with words today. Thank you for... yeah, I feel it's getting better. Hat, cap, same thing. Yeah. Just that this can be screwed off. This shouldn't be. Or you can do it only once. That got a little gruesome. After I watched that video about how to keep talking on the stream. Uranium is edible. Yes, it is. Might even taste good. But you can never test if it's good with different spices. Yeah, so since I watched that video about how to talk on stream, Spicy uranium soup. I have been walking around in my flat, and I'm really lucky that no one is here right now. I'm mostly alone. And just talking to myself all the time. That might also be a reason why I'm so hoarse. Because I've been talking so much the last few days. Just letting my mind drift from one thing to the other and speaking it out loud instead of keeping it in. Spicy uranium soup. I keep thinking that would probably go well with... What's that pepper called? Szechuan pepper. Like it gives these electrical tingles on the tongue. I think that would fit at least with the concept of uranium. I don't know, uranium. Me thinks that that tastes electricity-ish. Which probably doesn't. Is there any way to find out if it has a taste without tasting it? Like some kind of... Can you test for taste without a tongue? Yeah, my browser search history today is... Ah, dang it. Okay, I found actually something. Someone found out that you can actually taste without a tongue at all simply by stimulating the taste part of the brain, the insular cortex, which is not helpful in the case of uranium soup. Yeah, I was thinking the same. We have these chemical reactions. But there's also the thing that each of us taste stuff differently because, well, we are biological beings that are just made up of cells that work in some level of parameters. It's getting very, very sciencey here. You could probably like say, okay, this one is more sour than sweet, stuff like that. You would not be able to find out if it's spicy though. For that you need the pain receptors. Who knows? Not us, and we will not find out. Very likely. Hopefully. I don't want to find out what uranium actually tastes like. Or radiation. Don't mind me ordering some uranium. Oh wait, I saw. Oh wait, there is this YouTuber that makes these. He's also on TikTok, I think. He makes these like chemistry videos, like really short, where he does like crazy weird chemistry stuff. And he was on I saw a bit of an interview with him, where he said he actually ordered. I'm not sure if it was uranium, but I think it is. And he just ordered it. And it's then he was contacted by someone from the FBI, I think. And they asked, hey, what do you do with that? And he just explained, I have a YouTube channel and I do like chemistry stuff. And they said, okay, good. And that's it. As long as you don't enrich it, at least in his case, who knows what the laws are in your country. They might be a little more strict. But yeah. Technically, ordering uranium is a thing. It's definitely expensive. And I mean, most chemicals are kind of dangerous in some way, which is scary to think that someone could just order that. But you can make very scary stuff without ordering anything out of the ordinary as well. So yeah, chemistry in general is really scary. To be fair, oxygen can kill you. Yeah. Like everything. It just depends on the amount. For some stuff you just need a tiny dose. For others it's a little more. And oxygen is not actually that much that can kill you. Which feels weird because we think of ourselves as breathing oxygen, but we're breathing air with just a little bit of oxygen in it. This is a very it's a soup that we breathe. There's so much stuff in there. Oh yeah, the thought that medicine is often a poison, just taken in the right dose. Yeah. So much so. Where did I see that? Oh right, it was... That is actually a fiction. I watched Fantastical Beasts and Where to Find Them with Newt Scamander. And he was talking about a poisonous animal and said they will be so helpful to help with certain sicknesses. And that reminded me of how we farm snake venom for medicine. Like there are snake farms, which is that's one of the most scary thoughts. Snake farms. Good that I live in a climate where that is, harder to do and not that necessary. At least not for anti-venom. To think that all of the snakes that we have here. Okay, see you in a minute. To think that where I live, the worst you can get from a snake bite is like sick. Or if you're really, really, really unlucky, you could die from complications. But we don't have poisonous animals here. Like the thing that I am most scared of is hornets. Wait, are those hornets? Not bees. But the others. Wasps. I'm scared of those because I'm allergic. But even then, I don't die. And to think that there are countries out there that are just littered with poisonous animals. Or venomous. Wait, venomous. I always mix those up. In my language, that's both the same. Poisonous and venomous has the same word. So I always confuse those two. Poisonous means you can't eat it without dying or having consequences. Bad consequences. And venomous is when it bites you, you suffer. Or when you lick it. Because like those dart frogs. Dart venom frogs? I don't know. That's probably not the actual name of them, but yeah, they don't bite. In my back. That sounded bad. Wrong. But hello, welcome back. I was just talking about the difference between poisonous and venomous because I always mix them up. We don't have that distinction. But I've seen English speakers mix them up as well, so I feel not too bad about it. I've been at this for an hour. Yes, that makes me happy. But you also helped. Thank you. I probably wouldn't have talked that long just on my own, but who knows? Maybe I would have gone off the deep end with no one reining me in. I would have just kept going, see where I get. Earlier today I realized it is Sunday. It's the last day of the week for me. So that's what I wanted to open the stream with. It's Sunday. Last day of the week. And then I realized it's not for everyone. There are cultures where Sunday is not the last day of the week. It is for you, yeah. Most of the countries that were I want to say infiltrated by the Europeans, I think all of those have Monday is start of the week, Sunday is the last the last day. But I know somewhere in the Arabian world, Sunday is the first day of the week, I think. And they don't have two weekend days. They have one free day and then another free day not connected to it, which feels weird to me, but that's just because I grew up with it. 2-day weekend. And we have a lot of things that are just made up of us, what is time, what are days, what are weeks, what's a year. And many of those don't actually mean that much. But we get attached to them because we grew up with them. To be fair, Saturday being the last day of the week makes more sense, since that would make Saturday and Sunday both weekends. Yeah, but other countries call them differently. So if it's about how they sound, I might not be following what you're saying. Yeah. We get attached a lot to things that we grew up with. It's just because we are used to it. And I definitely have things that I'm really attached to and that I can't easily let go. But if you think about it, made up stuff, we don't need to get too attached to that. We can sometimes just say, okay, the other people do it differently. And it makes sense for them, so that's okay. Yeah. You're always curious how much we think is either weird or wrong that is perfectly reasonable. We just were told it wasn't. Like, for example, most of the world uses the metric measuring system, just the US doesn't. And they're so used to their wonky measurements. And I know I'm judging here. But even without my bias of I have grown up with this makes sense for me because I'm used to it. Even if I take that out, it makes more sense in a no, I don't live in the US. I live in Europe. Yeah, even with my personal bias, there is like a science reason why metrics is better. But still, the US clings to their measurements, and they defend it, and get sometimes even offended when you say, what are you talking about? I don't understand inches. And when it comes to cooking or baking, it's such a mess. I find it interesting that feet and inches are used by the rest of the world for height. By the rest of the world? We don't. We use meters and centimeters. 6'4". No, that's an American thing. That's a US American thing. No. That's a US American thing. Europe measures in meter and centimeter. I'm 1.66 meters, which I think is 5'5" in inches. That's what I was referring to. Like, most of the world uses metrics. We use meters, centimeters, millimeters, stuff like that. Liters. But the US America doesn't. Yeah, and when it comes to cooking and baking, they like to use their cups, which sometimes is good if you don't want to measure a lot. But oftentimes it gives like mixed results, because a cup of flour is not the same as a cup of a different flour, because sometimes they are a little more aerated. And then you have less flour in that cup. You often come across non-Americans referring to people height by feet and inches. Really? Maybe they just adjusted to the American way of thinking. Because if I say in a chat, I'm 166, then, like, if I did that in our Discord, you would all understand me. But if I did that in Thor's Discord, there will 100% be people like, huh, what are you talking about? Are you big or tall? You think you're also 166? That would be funny. I'm not 100% sure if it's still 166. I might be starting to shrink already. Not sure. But I like the number. Which is funny. I always felt that I was quite small. Like, I was the smallest in my class, and when I go out, most people are like a little bit taller than me. Oh, improving your posture does raise your height a little. So I always felt like I was a little below the average size here. But then I looked it up, and I'm smack dab in the middle of the average height of a female-born person. Oh, your mother is tiny, 154. That's like she would be here for me. Wait, that's 10. Measuring myself with my she sounds tiny. Yeah, I looked up the average here, and I'm smack dab in the middle of it, and I was really confused because everyone around me feels taller, or most of the people. But then I realized, first, there are a lot of children that go into that average number, and then there are also a lot of old people that go into that number, and they didn't get as tall as we do now, because we are not starving in our childhood. So that changes the number a lot, and I think I will probably drop out of the average height in a few years, because it will go up and I will go down. Top of her head should be around shoulder level. Why do I get the feeling that I want to pet that? She would probably not approve of that. Just a random person coming back. Oh, you're so cute. Pet, pet, pet. I wouldn't approve of that, actually. Yeah, okay. Another clip. I don't think you are kidding. Sorry, that was loud. You leave it be, okay? We'll see. I'm drinking a lot today, which is good. Good for the voice. Good for the lubrication. For the lubrication of the vocal cords. You. Maybe I should not do the tea pouring right in front of my keyboard. Keep that throat moist. Yes. Maybe then the rasp will reduce a little bit. Oh. That was still hot. Oh. I burned my tongue. I feel chastised. But I am thirsty. Talking dries out the throat. Yeah. Don't mind me not looking here. I'm not doing anything. I'm not checking anything. Just. Wait, Sora is watching. Hi, Sora. I appreciate that a lot. You'll just be the ghost in here, never writing a comment, just looking, looking in the shadows. Which is exactly, oh no, not exactly, but that's what Yami means. It means darkness. I mean, you should probably know that, having a name like Sora. Oh, that one was better. Not as hot. Grey of the West means... Well, my first thought was Gandalf. But it could also be... Second thought was wolf. I don't know why. Ha! Okay, Gandalf was correct. I haven't read the books in so long. I just know he's Gandalf the Grey. No, it's not Gandalf. Okay. Should I Google it? Or something you made up? Which is not self-explanatory. Just like Grey Fox. You like grey? Or is it just a feeling it gives you? Yes, you like grey. Okay. I cannot relate. I like colors so much. Which currently is not that visible. Yeah, my room is so colorful. It shouldn't be, but like money is a problem, so I just make do with what I have, and that's like all a lot of colors. It hurts your eyes. I'm sorry. Okay. It's very busy. I get that. It might be a good idea if I like get like a backdrop or something, like a room partition that I can put up right behind me, so it's not as busy, but something pretty. That would also make it a little bit easier to change that look, or not having to change how much I show of my room on the camera. The backdrop pure white. Do you want my camera to blow out? Oh no. The poor people in dark mode. That would be one of me. My whole screen here is gray, except for me. I think the two things I shouldn't do, or the three things, I shouldn't do a yellow background because I'm like bluish, and then I would look like very sick. I shouldn't do white because that would I wouldn't stand out a lot of that from that. My hair would stand out. And for the same reason, no black. Because then I would probably blow out the camera and be like super overexposed. Problems of a white person. I did think about like getting a green screen at some point, but I do think neon green, no. There are some like green screens that have pretty much the same color as my hair. Neon pink? You want to torture people, don't you? Yeah, I kept thinking about like blue screens or green screens, but they like, I think they give everything like a slightly greenish tint, and that would not go well with my skin tone. I don't want to look even sicker than I already do sometimes. And like, I can't use a blue screen because then my hair vanishes. So a backdrop might be the right idea. Well, especially because I can like put stuff on there. No, not a backdrop, what am I saying? A partition. A room partition. I could go with a mid-gray. Yeah, that would make me stand out a lot. Especially when I'm wearing one of my super colorful outfits. Let's see. I can look that up. Let's see what room partition. What do I get as a suggestion? Room partition. Oh, that's 2 words, not one. Ooh. What? Ah, that is expensive. Okay, I just realized I need to go to the toilet, so I'll be back in a minute. Oh wait, that was the wrong screen. I did the starting soon screen instead of the be right back. Well, I have gathered some chocolate. Okay, I was looking at room partitions, and the first thing that looks interesting is from IKEA, but it's like €180. And then there's another one that's basically just a little wood and a lot of fabric, and that's €80. Maybe I can find. I have a friend who does woodwork a little. Maybe he can help me just build one. Like just a wood frame where I can pin different stuff to. That would be a nice idea. Like having squares of different stuff. Maybe fabrics. Maybe pictures. Oh. As I was gonna say before you left, I always find it interesting when I meet people as colorful as you. Since my wardrobe is like black jeans, black shirts, and dark flannel plaid long sleeve shirts. Except for the flannel or plaid, that was me a few years ago. I still have a lot of black clothes that I allow myself to be colorful is a relatively new development. I was mostly punk-ish as a teen, and then went gothic-ish, or just very plain. Man, my chair doesn't want to do what I wanted to do. An English flat cap. think I know what that is, but... Ooh, nice. I think I have one of those as well. Or a head. I have a bunch of hats that I usually don't wear. Like I have several fedoras. I've got one that looks very French. I don't know. Ooh, a flat cap and a long coat? Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. I can imagine that. Yeah. You're British. You just haven't admitted to it yet. Oh, you kind of have. Might be because of the pictures I see here, but yeah, mostly on guys that look like they are going on a fox hunt. Old-fashioned England. Like, how old are we talking here? Are we talking Victorian age or like 1960s, 70s? I watched this creator on YouTube. Sometimes her name is Bernadette Banner. She lived in New York and now lives in London. And she makes videos about making Victorian garments. And her videos are so aesthetically pleasing. I really like to watch them. They are not really like how-to-dos. But if you know a little bit about sewing, they give you like the hints how to adjust and how to read like old sewing patterns and stuff. It's really interesting. And her sibling is transitioning, and she's so helpful in that. It helps them like get really awesome Victorian inspired clothing, and it's really awesome to watch. You don't know this specific time period. That's okay. I know I was nerding out a little bit about this just now. It gives like the older James Bond movies. This cap and a coat and a little tweed and maybe a horse. And a suit of armor. Wearing a suit of armor and a British flat cap would probably look really funny. And it will definitely give you looks, because a suit of armor. Like if I saw someone with a suit of armor, I would think, okay, either there is a cosplay event close by, or they are LARPing, which is both awesome. Yeah, I think I have a grey one. I have a grey flat cap. You kind of just want to dress up like a ranger or rogue. And go about like a normal person and act as if nothing is out of the ordinary. That, yes. I love people who do that. That when they find their style, just wear whatever they want and go about their daily lives. That is just awesome. And if you live in a smaller community, you would become pretty soon like the ranger guy. The guy with a flat cap. Or the person with a flat cap. When you get full kit, you look like an old-fashioned Englishman. And that wouldn't be... Probably, it wouldn't be out of the ordinary in like London or anywhere, or like in the countryside. But it would probably get some looks in Australia. Slight smuggler vibes. Yeah, you have to sprinkle a little spice in there. I mean, you don't, but a little spice makes the life, well, spicier. And that could mean something completely different that I didn't intend. Or we're going to ignore that. We're going to ignore that. Was I talking about something before I abruptly left? I'm not sure. I lost my train of thought while running outside. Out of the room. The petition! Thank you. Yeah, I looked at it. There were a few here. But none of them look exactly what I have in mind. I will probably just, contact a friend of mine and ask if we could build that together. Like just something that I can fold up during the non-streaming time, so it's not in the way. And then fold out when it's streaming time. Where I can add different kinds of I can do that later. I will meet with them anyway soon. We wanted to meet up during the Christmas between Christmas and New Year's, but that's a hard time to meet up. Everyone is busy, everyone is slightly burning out, and everything is hard. It is 10:40 for you. Ooh. Yeah, 10:40? It's like do you have like half an hour? Okay, yeah, that's a good time to go to bed. Thank you for keeping me company all this time. Like, that's 1 hour and 40 minutes about. I appreciate that a lot. Getting up at 5? Yeah. It was fun. Yeah. Yeah, sleep well. Getting up at 5. Like, on your own volition or because you have to? Okay, yeah. When you have to leave at 5:45, that's... I always need like at least an hour to get ready. Starting by choice. Okay, well then it's okay. Then I wish you could sleep. And a good day tomorrow. Thank you. You too. I had actually planned on just talking to myself for most of the stream. I didn't expect someone to hang out with me and like have conversations. That was nice. I think the biggest hurdle for me is like, is to learn to not use that much brain energy to think of what to say and just go on like mostly autopilot on stream so that I can do something else beside the talking, because I know that I wouldn't have been as good at talking as I was today if I had drawn at the same time, because I need to think when I draw. There is a lot of automated steps when I draw, but I still think I use my creative energy for like creating and getting things right and looking out that I don't forget where the light comes from and stuff like that. So I have less processing power for thinking of what to say. That means I will definitely start my streams with like at least a set amount of talking now, just to get comfortable in it. And then with time, it will get easier and easier to carry that over into the times where I work creatively. But I also think I don't need to fill all the time with words when I'm drawing, because I'm drawing. And I don't want to be too busy of a stream. Always want it to be chill and relaxing and nice for people to just hang out and not get overwhelmed by it. So that's the plan for the next probably half year. I don't know how long it will take for me to click into streamer mode. But I give it time. And if I stream during the game jam, we'll probably not not do it that much on a jam stream. No, well, we'll see. I'll see. That's going to be fun. It sounds it sounds scary in my brain to just start a game, making a game with very little idea of how to actually code. So chances are that I will overscope. Yeah, I will definitely overscope when it comes to the art. Or I might not. Maybe I will not. So don't mind me not looking at anyone. I'm just checking. So I found a few friends through Thor's, like Pirate Software's Discord server. Like people that I like to be online with. And they have been so helpful with this. Checking in on the stream and not minding me posting links to my streams in their Discord. And I know at some point I will open up my own Discord if people are interested in that, but currently no one is, so I don't have to do and work on something that is not needed yet. So what is needed right now is me getting into the streaming mindset, having fun, not overworking myself, not overheating during streaming, which is a big one, and getting like the stream into a functionality that I like and also can work with. I give myself the rest of this year for that. Which is probably a good idea, to not wanting to do that in like a short amount of time. I would probably manage it if I would stream every day for several hours. But I don't. So I'm just taking it slow. And I think I will end the stream now so that I can make myself some food and rest a little. It's just after 1 here. And I might pop in again later today. But I might also not. I'm not. Depends on how I feel. Right now I feel really relaxed, which is good, and that makes me happy. Yeah. So this is maybe the best point to stop the stream while I still have a lot of mana left for the day. And that way I can maybe stream again later or do some chores. or both. That would be crazy good. So thank you for everyone that was lurking or is still lurking. I hope you have a good Sunday, and I hope we'll see each other again. Yeah. Bye bye bye.